She's 19. At the time of her arrest, she was 18 years old, right? And this happened in Sussex. So, in Europe, right? And when you turn 18, it's kind of a big deal, right? It just is. Like I believe that it is in all cultures right across the world. It's a big deal to turn 18. You know, there are some milestone birthdays: 16, 18, 21, 40. You know, and then it's kind of all downhill from there. But so she turned 18. And she wanted to party, so she partied super hard, right? She partied for 6 days straight, which is crazy. I didn't go that ham for my 18th birthday, but the problem is she has a kid. So that's okay. So what, you just abandoned your kid for 6 months, left him with the grandparents? That's kind of messed up. Nope. She left her kid alone in her home, which she shares with no one, by itself for 6 days straight.
Shit.
Yeah. So December 5th, 2019, there's video of her leaving her apartment building and then not returning until December 11th. She obviously found the baby passed away, called the cops, and baby's gone. So
Yeah.
what happened? Oh, well, I was out partying. See, and this is the crazy thing about it, right? You ever hear those stories where, like, a new mom, like, gets frustrated, shakes the baby, kills the baby, buries the baby, or like it reports the baby missing or some shit like that? Like, even that I could kind of chalk up to, being young and making a dumb decision. But this, you party, you go ham, you drink, you get drunk, you lose your train of thought, you pass out, you wake up in the morning, oh my God, I gotta go home. You wake up in the morning, you're sober, and you realize that thought. She said, no, I'm gonna get drunk again, or whatever again. And then woke up the next day and said, I'm gonna do it again, and so on. So for 6 days, bro.
Yeah.
For 6 fucking days.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me, because it's just like there's so many, like, you know me already, man. I hear these type of stories and I come up with a bunch of different questions that I have in my head. Like, my first question is, why would she have the baby? Because clearly she didn't want the kid. You know what I mean? Because if you had a love for the kid, or if you wanted the kid, even if you were to leave it alone for a night, which is crazy, like you said, you'd wake up the next morning and then you'd probably think, okay, maybe I should feed this kid. Maybe the kid has to use the washroom. You know what I'm saying? These are kids that wear diapers and stuff like that. So there's so many things that, like, it doesn't matter what age you are. You just have to know. You know that babies go in diapers, like, multiple times in a day. So leaving one diaper on the baby for 6 days is probably not going to be enough, let alone the food. If they're breastfeeding, do they need milk at that time? Can they eat solid foods? You know what I'm saying? There's so many factors that make me think to myself, did you really want this kid in the first place? And if you didn't, why have the kid? Obviously, I don't know anything about her family situation, so I can only sit here and assume that she was alone. Because obviously, if you're having a kid, there's another parent, but there's also your family that usually helps or is around. So I'm guessing that she was alone in this situation, because if other people were around, this makes this whole situation even worse.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But overall, when I look at this case, it's the same thing that I've been saying from time. Besides the whole point that I always make, where you should have a license for having a kid, the point that I try to make with when I say that is as simple as this: if you don't want to have a kid, don't have a kid. If you're ready and you feel like you're able to have a kid, have the child. If after you change your mind, do not let your own pride step in the way, man. Because a lot of these people keep pride in their own way, and people a lot of time when people come up to them and they say, you won't be able to take care of the kid, or you're too young to take care of this kid, or you're going to be a bad parent. A lot of times people just want to prove people wrong.
Right. It's true.
They don't really care about the kid. Their own pride steps in, and it's just like, okay, well, you don't think I can do this? Well, I'm going to show you that I can do this. Or they want to prove it to the baby daddy that they can do it by themselves, whatever, or the baby mom, whatever. It's not the way to go about it, man. And this is another case, like.
This is just I don't know how many more stories like this we have to hear. You know, it's really really disheartening, and you know, rest in peace to that baby, man. That child deserved more than that. And when I shared this story with my wife, I was walking away to grab some tea because I just couldn't stomach having the conversation anymore. Like, it really bothered me naturally, like it would bother anyone. And then she said the one thing that just made it worse, which was, imagine that baby just laying there crying with no one. And I couldn't, man.
Yeah.
I couldn't, man. Like, how? You know what I mean? Like, I'll say it again. There has to be a special place in hell for people like this. You know? I mean, I hope she gets it right. I really do. And this is the religious side of me talking. I hope she gets it right. But I mean, I don't. How do you atone for something like this? How do you do that? I don't know, man. Viewing public, like I said, this happened in 2019. Her sentencing is supposed to be this year. I hope they put her under the jail cell. I don't mean that figuratively, but you know,
Well, if there's space under there, I mean, if they got a basement,
fine. But
you know what I'm saying?
the point is, yeah, man, she really, in all sense of the word, has everything that's coming to her. Listen, viewing public, if you have any comments on this, any links to further updates to the story, leave it in the comments. Definitely interested on following this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and adeuces. Just in case you guys wanted to see what the little girl looks like.